We're looking at ServBasic, the customer page. Here in the advanced search, you can look up the customers by more information, but in the quick search that you probably normally will use, you get several defaults you can look by. I use the % because it's kind of like the default for everybody. And you simply pull up the customer you want to look at and click. There you go. You got the customer's information on the top of the page. You've got in-house or internal notes on the middle of the page and an overview of everything that you have to do for this customer. So in the overview, it just shows you got pest control services or whatever services you put in. The details, it will then show you more information on when the customer is last paid, when the next work orders are due for whatever service. A customer can have as many services as you can dream up, and they'll all be reoccurring and they'll show within this date range right here. You can attach documents in here, you can have other attachments, and you got a report page for just this customer. That's the basic information for just this one customer. So default that back to overview. Take a look at on the calendar. The calendar is all drop and drag. You can set your day or week view. You can have names up here or routes, however you want to put them in. It's all done in setup. And anytime you click on one of these, their information shows up here. And if you need to know more about that one customer, you can simply go back to there. He appears on the customer page and you can show his information. You can map it and it'll go directly to Google Maps for you. And when you're done, you can go right back to the customer page. If you have to reschedule this gentleman, you just pull him down to there or put whatever day, or you can come over here if you're calling him and he wants to reschedule for another day or another week or another month. You can do that over here. There's several different ways. If you have customers like lawn spray and stuff that you won't put on a schedule like this, you'll have them probably all for the first Monday of the month or something, or termite renewals, which are basically impossible to know that the person's going to be in the same place the same time next year. You would put them into the work pools. And then in work pool, you would simply look up the customers that you want to call. And when you click on that, it highlights them over here. You can call them or you can reschedule from here. It just depends on whatever's easiest for you. And then you can hide the work pool when you're not using it. In the office section, you would probably start out your day by printing out your work orders for the day. And here we go. We'll go and do tomorrow and see what we have for that day. Well, we don't have to print for a specific employee, but you can in case you have multiple. We'll go get our work orders. Here's the work orders we have to do. If we print this, it'll print a list that looks just like this, kind of a run sheet. If you print this, you pick the work orders you want to use. You'll learn in setup how to make all of your own personalized work orders. You may have many for it, but you have a form writer, so nothing's impossible. Then you print a PDF. It'll bring it up on the next page before you have to send it to the printer. And here we go. Reduce it a little bit in size. We got 3 work orders. This is just a default work order. If you don't like it, it's possible to make them any way you want. We just gave you something to start with to give you some ideas. Your company logo will go in here, and it'll repeat again on the bottom because we kind of made it with a 3-inch tear off so you can use it as your invoice also. And if it's like what you want, you just send it off to your printer as such. Then mark it as yes. It tells the software that all those have been printed so you don't accidentally print them again. If you need to print them again, you can print work orders right there that have already been printed. So we close that. you go out and you've done your work for the day, you get back to the office, and you can close out one work order at a time here. You can close them out in the customer account, or you can put the same date range back in that you used this morning. And if you have to, you can pick the employee, and then you hit load work orders. Your work orders show up, and you've posted that you did all the work. It's as simple as that. You don't have to go to each customer and look each one up. You can, but you don't have to. Close that out. Now you'll have your invoices ready to go out. All you have to do is pull them up, get your invoices, and you can print them or email them. You can pull up your renewals for the month the same way. If you have any renewals that need to go out, tell your customers that it's time to do termites again. Whatever kind of renewals you like to use, you can get them right there. You can email or print out your statements right from here. And you can enter your payments all right from here. Entering a payment is as simple as picking out a customer by whether you want to use account number, customer's name, invoice, or work order number. But you'd look one up like so, and pick any one of the work orders you want to do. It loads that for you. And if they have a balance, you have your, and let's say they paid with cash. You auto apply the payment, and it's saved. Go to the next customer. You've now posted that you've been paid. It is a complete accounts receivable software, and there is plenty in the report section to find out who's paid what, where, and when. Plus, you can go and look it up on the customer page instantly. If your customers get receipts for their payments, you simply go and repeat the same system again. All the forms look pretty much alike. You just go in, they're real easy to do, and send them out. Then in reports, you can see who owes you money, see what work orders you got. You can make custom reports in here for maybe lawn maintenance run sheets and things like that, so you don't have to print out a bunch of work orders and waste a lot of paper. Just send the guys out with the paper in their hand. And anything that you don't have on your system, you just make a custom one. They're easy to customize. If you have information that you want up here on the line to show what's on there, you simply pull that over from here, put it up, and you've just customized this report. It'll now have the customer's account number where you put that. Hit save, and simply go down through. Any one you pick will also have filters on it over here, date ranges, and when you print the reports, it'll simply go to a PDF format like everything else, where you can review it first and then send it to your printer. In setup, you can set up all the services that you're going to use throughout this thing, put in employees that you're going to use. It's very, very flexible in here. You'll spend about 45 minutes the first day on just filling this out and getting it set up. Over the years to come, you may tune it up as you go, and you have the complete form designer in here. And any one of the defaults that we give you, which say system, give you something to start with. But if you want to make a custom work order, you would open it up here to see what you liked or didn't like on it, and we'll cancel out of that. We'll highlight it, and we'll go make a copy, and you rename it. Now I'm going to cancel out because I've got a couple in here already, and you just start here. Now on this one, we're thinking about adding some chemical lists to the work order, and it's all done by dragging the label out and typing in the label, picking a font size that you may want it to be on it, and hit save. You see that's in there, and then you hit print sample, and you go back and forth until you build yourself a document that you like. Let's reduce this down a little bit. Maybe we can see it all on the screen. But that's a blank document in there. It will pull up all this information when it's working in the system. But right now it doesn't show anything because it's just in the form writer. But it will fill out all this information if you leave it on there, and you'll have it ready to go whenever you want to use it. And it'll show you when you go to print something, what work order do you want to use, what invoice do you want to use, and you can also set them up as defaults so that you don't have to answer that question. But that's a real quick overview on what you get with ServBasic. Hope you like it, and call us if you need any help at any time with it.